Good morning, everyone. Mike Winkler here, and I wanted to talk about the new license manager in Qradar 7.3. This is something that's kind of a big conceptual change, as well as kind of a different control panel, and it should be something that works a lot better for you. So what I've got up in front of me is a pretty well standard Qradar admin screen, and I am in 7.3, and I'm going to kind of click into my system and license management here. So I want to kind of talk about both at once if we can to say I'm going to click on my license pool management. And this is going to show me the number of devices I have and approximately how used they are. I apologize for the silly low average EPS numbers, as this is kind of a piece of testware. So this will allow you to see I've got two devices called 73 and EP. Their IP addresses as listed. In the upper left-hand corner, you will notice I have unallocated 10,000 EPS, and each one of my event processors is currently allocated to 500. But if I notice that my EP at .15 is suddenly doing a lot of traffic, and that'll show up here, and it'll show me if I'm unallocated or going over the top. And I can just go in and I can click in here, and I can raise this to 1500. And it's that simple. And you do need to apply changes, right? So it's not that it's flick. But once you've applied the changes, this allows you to move the licenses back and forth from a central pool to your heart's content without involving something like the IBM sales team to move around things, because the licenses are now a property of the central console, right? The same works for flows. So I could go through, change the flow number in exactly the same way. And you will notice if I try and use too small of a number, it's going to say I have to have a minimum of 500 EPS, right? So we can change these to your heart's content. The big value of this is really two things. Number one is you can change it as you like, right? To say that, oh, I'm busier in the east than in the west, and that wasn't what I planned. But the other is if you have 1,800 events per second at one event processor, and that's pretty well stable and consistent, and 3,000 at another that's been stable and consistent, I get to move 500 back from one to another that you don't have to buy licenses in the huge chunks you used to, right? So all I have is my total system events, okay? And that's going to show here under the license manager. We can change these to your heart's content. I am Mike Winkler, and this has been a quick show of the new license manager.